Hey everyone, welcome to the Stitching Colourist with Shelley Lewis. Today I'm going to be colouring in Colour Me to Sleep. I'm just getting the pad set up so I can get the chat set up so I can see if any of you do join in on the video, and I can see if you do then, and I can be able to see your comments as well. So if you bear with me for just a second while I just get it set up and I shall make a start. At least now it obviously helps, gives time for people to join in on the video. So, right there. I'm using my husband's pad, by the way, to get set up. So just turn it down a minute, because obviously I don't want to hear myself speak. So yeah, we're going to be doing a mandala for, it's for the month, it's for Mandala Mania 2019 by, it's like a colour along that Anne from A Colourful Life is doing at the moment. So I thought I'd join in that. I did finish off my other picture and I did post it on my Instagram as well. So the last picture that I was doing, it might have been, I think it was from Sun Life drawing book. Well, since then I did finish a page, so I'm going to show you the page that I finished before we start on to the next one. It's a really nice one that I did before, so if I can just find that. This is the one that I've recently completed. Now for this I used Touch 5 markers and I also used glitter gel pen. So can you see the black glitter around there? I used the gel pen to do the black outline it, and then I used a blue glitter gel pen as well. Now this one, I am absolutely proud as punch of this. I really love it. So the one that we're going to do today is I'm going to do the next mandala that's in this book. By the way, you can get this book from eBay or Amazon. I've had this book in my collection for God knows how long. It is that long that I've had this book for. So the one we're going to do is that one today. With this book as well, because it's thick and it's not hardback, but it is quite cardboardy, I'm just going to have to put something on the front cover to keep it down. I'm not exactly sure how much it is on Amazon or eBay, but you can always have a look, or I can see if I'm able to link it. Yes, that was the word I wanted. Not sure if I can link it, but I can have a try, and I'm just using a book to hold that back because it was just doing a bit of a shadow there. So the colours I'm going to use for this is, because I used mainly blues for my last one, I may do this like with red and orange. I've also got my glitter gel pens by the side of me as well on the settee, because I feel like I want to do the same type of thing with these circles around here, but with like a red or orange. So we're going to start with a red. Today's markers, what I'm going to use to colour this is my Ohuhu markers. Now I got these from Amazon about a couple of months ago, and this is the 60 set. You can get the 40 set as well and the 80 set. So, and these are the colours that you get in the 60 set. Now I did do a previous video where I swatched these. I was very impressed with the colours, absolutely love them. The only thing that I had was I found that there didn't seem to be that many browns, unfortunately, in the pack, but it's livable. It's got some nice skin tone colours. So with these markers, they look a lot like Copic sketch markers, the same type of barrel. The only difference is with the Copic sketch markers, where they have the brush tip, these have a chisel tip, and they have a bullet tip on the end. That's the only real difference, and of course the name. So as I always say, if you're using alcohol markers, always put a sheet behind the page that you're colouring, because I've done that before, I forgot to put a sheet behind, and because them being alcohol based, I've gone through the pictures. So just put a sheet of paper behind, get rid of any hair that's on the page. Just have a slob in my tea. For the hoo markers as well, for the 60 set that I got, these, I think I paid about 35-40 for these, or for the, I'm not going to say how much they are, definitely for the bigger set, just in case I get it wrong, but I roughly paid about 40 for these ones as well. If you, yeah, interested in that, get my words out. So I'm going to start with a bullet tip, and I'm going to start from the middle and work my way out. And we're going to have a chat today. Now, the topic that I'm going to, well, as well, before I go on to the topic, these pens, they don't have names on them, but they do have the number on the top. Just before I point that out. The chat what I'm going to have about today, I was thinking about this for a little while now, but I wasn't sure how to address it, how to talk about it, because I'm not an expert, but I felt like I did want to talk about it. Basically, I was going to talk a little bit about mental health awareness, from what I understand what it is, and talk about from a loved one's experience. So before I go any more into it, I'm going to get a glitter gel pen to do that circle there. So the gel pens I'm going to use is, these are absolutely fantastic. These are by Scribblicious. If you are in the UK, you can get these Scribblicious gel pens, the glitter gel pens, 10 pack from no, that's wrong, from the Works for £2 for a set of 10, which is absolutely fantastic. So I go back on to topics. So yes, I'm going to use the red one to do it on the side. So the reason why I want to bring this up as well, this discussion, is for anybody that is out there that does suffer with it, that either may not be getting the help that they need, or they are getting help, or they're worried in case they're suffering it from themselves, or if you have a loved one that is suffering from it. I just thought I'd talk about it as well. I just wanted to explain from a loved one's point of view what their day, every day is like, and how the first know how it first seemed to come on. What's the word for it? How they was first aware of it and how they got help. I have got permission from this person to talk about it, because they felt like if it would help other people, then they are all for talking about it. So I'm just going to get an orange. The orange one I'm going to get is number 23, and we're just going to colour these bits in here. I may choose another orange to go with it as well, or like a yellow. So yeah, I did get permission to talk about it from that person. As I say, I'm not an expert about it, so please don't take my word for it. Or if you do watch this video and you're thinking, gosh, she doesn't even know what she's talking about, I may not myself, but I'm just putting across from what I've seen from the person that does suffer with it. So basically, the first recognised, they was first made aware of it a couple of years ago. They used to work in a busy market, well, say a busy shopping centre, supermarket kind of thing. And before, they'd be fine with people with big crowds. They could handle it. They was fine. They went out. It was like normal. Well, not normal, but they used to go out and that. But then, obviously, the person I'm talking about, he'd been through quite a few things recently, especially that year. Well, not only that year, but through the life. And it just started when he was working. Started having little, it was like palpitations, like panic attacks, small panic attacks. It'd be for a little while, and then it'd happen more frequently, and it'd be more intense. Sorry, my focus is going out there. It'd happen more intense as well, to the point where it was basically happening every single day that they were on shift. They'd go to work a few days, and the situation would be that bad for them that they'd have to come home, because every single time they went out to work, it would cause them to have a panic attack. I'm just going to use a glitter pen around here, but I'm going to use the orange bit around there. So, bear with me for a second. I've just realised I got my bronze pen, not my orange. So, this situation was obviously getting worse for them. I'd noticed obviously a change in them as well. So obviously they was off sick for a little while off work so they could get this sorted. But not only was it panic attacks that were occurring, but more frequent headaches, severe headaches, like migraine type symptoms. We was shuffled about quite a bit with the doctors, so we could actually get a diagnosis and just see what was wrong. And cut a long story short, when we did manage to get to the doctors and get down to the point of it, it was just getting worse. Hi, Helen. Yes, where was I? So yeah, we did go to the doctors and noticed. We did go to the doctors about it. Obviously, like I said, the situation was getting a lot worse, and the person that was close to me was diagnosed with migraines. Well, not just migraines, because they were just getting worse. Migraines. I don't know whether to say mental health issues. It was basically mental health. With depression and anxiety. And it's got to the point where that person now is unable to go out the house, is not able to be in normal situations that we're in everyday life, say like even just going to the shop, even just to get to the normal shop, cause for the fear of every time they go out they have a panic attack. The migraines have got worse to the point where they're physically sick, where it can make them physically sick every day. Well, not every day, but quite a lot, almost every day. And it can have a big impact on them. It can have a real big impact on them. As I say though, what I'm talking about, maybe stumbling a lot, stammering a lot, but like I said, I'm not an expert on the subject. I just wanted to give you the own experiences, what I've seen somebody go through it themselves. They used to be able to go out to the shop, but just not into town. But it's got to the point now where even going to the shop is basically impossible. Even the thought of going to the shop is impossible. And it can have a big, massive impact on lives. It can really have an impact. I think sometimes you may think with mental health issues, you should be able to recognise it, but that's not the case sometimes. You can't always recognise it. Always said, obviously, mental health, it's silent disease. It's a silent illness. So, I'm not sure what you mean, Helen. It is a silent illness. And it can have a big, massive impact. It can. If you are a person that knows somebody that suffers with it, you may know what a big impact it can have on normal life, on family life as well. Because the person I know, obviously, they don't, because they're unable to do things and go out themselves. It can have a big impact on the family life as well. So, yeah, it's hard to go into. The person that I'm talking about, obviously, they did give me permission to talk about it. And obviously, the person I'm talking about is my husband. So the reason why I'm talking about it though is because he didn't mind, he did want me to mention it for for people that may be suffering from it. Just basically to point out you're not alone, you're not on your own. If you do feel like you are suffering from it, or if you feel like you know somebody that may be possibly suffering from it, go and check it out. Go to the doctors. You're not wasting the doctor's time. Or if you're somebody that your partner or somebody that somebody that you know is suffering from these issues, and you feel like you may need someone to talk to yourself, please go and talk to somebody yourself as well, because I found this, because of the impact it was having on our life as a normal couple, as a normal married couple. I'd be like, I'd be my person, I'd be a put up and shut up. I'd just deal with it. I'd say people go through it. People go through things a lot worse than us. It's not worth going to the doctors. I kept saying this to myself. It's not worth going to the doctors. I'm wasting the doctor's time. But because I'm glad I went, because I went to the doctors as well, because I was feeling a bit low myself because of obviously the impact it was having on our lives of a couple. And I was starting to feel quite low myself. But when I did go to the doctors and spoke to somebody, I realised then that I needed the support myself as well, because I needed the support so basically so I could be there for my husband, so I can be there for him. So did talk to someone and realised at the time how much that I really did need the support myself, not only for myself but to be there for my husband. And it does have a big impact on life, because obviously I'm going out the lines there, with my partner not being able to go out, It means that we don't do the usual things as a family. We don't go out as a family. Well, we're unable to go out as a family, I should say. We're unable to do family things like holidays, family holidays. We're unable to do that. We're unable to go out for special events. We're unable to even go into town and do things as a family, and we're unable to even go to the park and do things as a family as well. So I'm just going to go back onto the subject in a minute. So the next thing that I'm going to do, what I'm going to use to colour with, I'm going to get my red pen again, and I'm going to go around and do the edges here. So it can have a big impact. Sometimes I wish, no, I'm going to be honest now. If I wasn't honest, obviously I wouldn't be truthful. Sometimes, yes, I do resent the fact that we don't do things as a family. And I do resent the fact that we don't go out, we're not able to go out together. I see couples out together in the town whenever I'm out in town, either on my own or with the children. And I feel envious because we don't do that. But then when I stop, when I've got past the obviously resentful thing, I stop and I think. And I think about, try and put myself in my husband's shoes and think about how he feels having to deal with this every single day, day in and day out, not being able to do these things, not being able to go out, suffering the migraines, the headaches, to the point where they're literally making you sick. And I stop and think about it. And that's when I realise, excuse me, just having a drink. And that's when I realise what he as a person is going through at the minute. And it is horrible. It is horrible. Yes, you can have medication to help you with it, but the drawbacks of that is obviously you don't want to get hooked on the medication. It's a hard thing to go through. It's a hard thing to go through if you suffer it with yourself, and it is a hard thing to go through for your family to go through as well, for the people that are around for support, because sometimes you may feel like, how do you support a person? What do I do? What am I doing wrong? How can I support them more? I'll tell you how I feel sometimes. I'll tell you exactly how I feel sometimes. I feel I don't support my husband enough. Sometimes I feel tired. I feel tired a lot. Sometimes I think I could do a lot more. I worry that I don't know how to support him. And then I get into a tease, I get upset about it. And I think, I just wonder, how can I help him? And all through this time, I forget as well that I need that support myself as well, to obviously for me to be able to be there for him. And it's true. So I'm just going around with this red pen. So, I'm going out the lines again. Sorry. So, I just wanted to get that point across. I know it's not a really good subject to dwell on, to talk about, but I just wanted to get it out there. I didn't want to talk. The reason what was stopping me from talking about it was the fact that I don't want, obviously, sympathy. I'm not doing it on a sympathy level. I definitely didn't want to do it on a try and get more subscribers level. I didn't want to do that because I just don't believe in that. But the reason why I am talking about it is obviously because I did have permission from my husband to do it, and he said if it helps others to recognise maybe symptoms or basically to point across that you're not alone. You're not alone if you are suffering through it yourself. Your family are not alone as well, and that you have someone to talk to about it. If you do feel like there may be somebody that does need help, maybe try and talk to them. Get help that you need. It is definitely worth getting the help that you do need, because it is surprising. We see every day normal people, and it's quite surprising that how many people do suffer with this in silence, for the fact of they either don't want to upset anyone, or they just think that they don't need the help, or they feel like they're wasting people's time. You're definitely not wasting people's time. Go and talk to somebody. It is definitely worth it. So that is all that I'm actually going to say on it today, because obviously I've probably spoke a load of gibberish, because it's not easy for something to talk about either, especially when it's close to somebody. Well, when you're close to someone that it's actually happening to, it's not an easy subject. But yeah, so bottom point is, if you feel like you need to talk to someone, talk to somebody. If you have somebody that may be suffering with it, talk to them. And also as well, you're definitely not on your own. So I'm just using the number 15 on my hoo-hoo marker, the red one. They should have names for it, really. So another subject anyhow. Subjects that we're going to talk about this week. How has your week been? Mine has been, it's been normal, to be honest, really. Been busy. I was supposed to do this video yesterday, because it's Thursdays and Sundays that I do my video, but yesterday was a really busy day, and I didn't have time to do it in the day, and by the time evening came, I was that shattered. I just wanted to sleep. I had to get up really early yesterday morning to take my son to the speech therapy before school, and it was World Book Day. As many of you know in the UK, you might know in the US as well, it's a World Book Day. So I took my daughter to nursery. She dressed up as Mary Poppins. Absolutely loved the outfit, bless her, she looks so cute. And she won the best dressed as well, so she got a certificate for that. And it's my son's World Book Day today, and he's dressing up as the Gruffalo. If you do follow me on Instagram, I will post some pictures of their outfits on there. So, as well, this week I went to college on Tuesday and Wednesday. We had an exam on, it was on Wednesday actually. Tuesday we started our makeup course. It was just mostly like talking, going into the introduction. Wednesday we had an exam, which was working in beauty salons, promoting services, and I passed my theory. I passed the exam, which I was so pleased about. I was very unsure about this one. I wasn't sure if I was going to pass this one or not, because there were a lot of true or false questions, and you were like, yeah. I didn't know whether I was going to pass that one, but luckily, thank God I did. So I had that on Wednesday, and we had waxing as well. Which I'm not a big massive fan on the waxing, but it was alright, wasn't too bad. I prefer the roller waxing than I do with using the spatulas. Because the spatulas with the hot wax, the wax end tends to go everywhere and stick to everything. Where with the rollers, it's basically, you may already know, but with the rollers, you have like, it's like a roll-on pack, but it's got hot wax inside. You heat it up in the machine, and all you do is just roll it onto the area that you want to wax, then put the wax strip on and pull it off. It is so much easier and less messy. I prefer that. So that's what I did on Wednesday. Yesterday obviously was busy because of the World Book Day and taking my son to the doctors. So I was up about 6, 6:15 in the morning. And by the time the evening came and done the teas and that, I was shattered. I was really tired. I didn't do any colouring. I didn't do any cross stitch. I just wanted to go to bed. So I was in bed for 8:30. I put something on my YouTube as well because I was going to watch a video. I think I'd put... first I'd put the Biblist Colourist on. His channel. Go and check him out. It's really good. Then I watched a video on Bella Coco's channel on crochet because I do like crochet as well. I don't do a lot of it because I'm more like cross stitch and colouring. So I did watch one of hers last night, and then I just started to get really tired, so I put my YouTube on one of the very low, peaceful, mindful sleeping music. It basically helps to try and get you to sleep and relax you, and it does help a lot. And it helped last night, and within minutes I was flat out. So that's what I did last night. My plans for today, just usual today. Obviously I wanted to do this colouring chat to get the video out because I didn't do it yesterday. Later I'll be getting my daughter from nursery. I'll be getting her from there. Get some groceries that we need, just normal stuff like milk and that. And then this afternoon go back to school and get my son from school. Can't wait to see how his day's been. And that is my plans for today. Tonight I may colour, I may cross stitch, I'm unsure yet, because I'm cross stitching something for a lady, a fellow colour tuber at the minute. So because she's had a sad event, unfortunately. She lost one of the pug dogs, and it made me sad. It really touched home because it made me think about my dog that I'd lost years ago, and I know how upsetting it can be. And I saw something the other day on eBay, something to make for her, and I really saw it and I really wanted to do it, so I got that and I've made a start on it. And it might take me a little while, so I may work on that tonight. So that's my plans for today. Tomorrow I'll be going into town, Lancaster town, to get my son some new school shoes. Because, oh my God, I don't know if it happens when you're in like the senior school, but the children's school, the shoes never last 5 minutes. Now I can understand how my parents feel now. Because, my son is only started proper school this year, and so far he's had 3 pairs of school shoes, and they've not lasted 5 minutes. So tomorrow I'm going to nip into Lancaster and get him yet another pair. Get him some more school shoes. So I need to do that on Saturday. I haven't got any plans as such on Sunday, really, to be honest. If it's a nice day, I'll probably take my son out on his bike on the back. Well, we haven't really got a backyard, but we've got a bit of a pathway at the back of the house, so I'll take him on his bike because we're learning him how to ride at the minute. He's doing really well. He's got stabilisers, but he's doing quite well on it, so I'll be learning him how to do that. So I've just gone in with the orange round the start. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to do all this space here with this marker pen, with the yellow one, which is number 35. We're going to do that one. I'll just check if it's gone through. As you can see, it has gone through to the other page there, but luckily with these books as well, it doesn't have an image on the other side. It is single-sided, so we're good there. So yeah, that is what my plans are for the week. Nothing spectacular. I'm more busier in August, but obviously I'll mention that in a previous video. Just can't wait for the next stitching retreat, which is a couple of months away. Not until June, but I want to go now. I want to go now. No, it'll be something to look forward to. And I'm taking my son on holiday as well in August. I'm going to meet my brother in Presthaven Sands. Not Presthaven Sands. Going to meet my brother in Pontins in Presthaven. Because I haven't seen him for a long time. Because obviously we live a fair bit away from each other. So I don't see him much. And the last time I saw my brother was August last year. And it's his 40th this year. So decided I'm going to take my son to Prestatyn for a couple of days, and we're going to meet up with my brother and go and see him, so it'll be nice. So it's another thing what's hard as well is obviously with my family being quite far from me, I don't have family round here. Obviously I have my husband's family, but I don't have my direct family round here. I have friends, but my best friend lives in the West Midlands as well. I'm going to see her in April. And I miss them. I really, really do miss them. And it's hard now when they're not there. Yeah, I can talk to them on the phone, but it's not the same, obviously, when you can talk to them face to face. So I do quite like these Ohuhu markers. They are nice. Like I said though, I wish they did have some browns in them. I don't know if you can get more browns separate, or if you have a more selection of browns in the 80 pack. I'm going to have a look. I'm going to have to research that. I love alcohol markers. I love all art supplies and I love pencils as well, but alcohol markers must be one of my favourite ones. I just love them. I love watching people's videos as well with the colouring supplies to see what supplies they've got and just to get ideas. I did want to try the Cali Art markers, but they are a US brand. I think you can get them in the UK on eBay, but I think they're a lot to have shipped over. I think there must be about... I think the Cali Art markers are about something roughly about £70, 60, £70, but then the postage is about roughly about £15 in the UK. That is just a guess, I think, because I can't remember the exact price, but I'd really love to try them, but I keep thinking, yeah, that's a lot of money, especially if I don't get on well with them. I don't know. I'd love to try them, but yeah. It's like the Prismacolor markers. I have got the older version of the Prismacolor markers with the bullet tip and the chisel, but I don't really use chisel tip on pens. I prefer brush or bullet nib. But there is some Prismacolor markers with a brush nib, and you cannot get them over the UK. Well, you can. I think you could have them shipped over, but then again, you've got the same problem as the Cali Art markers, is the shipping cost. And that's not including the... Oh, you get another cost to have them sent over. I'm not sure what it's called now. But it can get quite expensive, unfortunately. But then again, I've got to be... I am grateful for what I have. I do like what I have, which I'll be doing in a future video, because I know I do a couple of haul videos, but I'll be doing a haul video probably towards the end of the month. But what video that I'm going to do, I did mention it in my last one, is I'm going to do a colouring supplies video. It's not going to be in one video though, because I've quite a bit. So I think the first one I'm going to do is what's in my bottom bed drawer unit. It's kind of overflowing. So it'll just be basically showing you what I have, what I like to use, some of my best ones I like to use, some alternative brands as well, what you can use, because there is a lot of less expensive alternative brands that you can use out there to markers and pencils and all sorts. Like these are Hoo markers. These are a alternative, cheaper brand to use than Copics, and they're quite nice, especially for just like normal colouring. So the outer rim here, we're going to do it the same as we did in the middle bit. So I'm going to get the red get my words out. I'm going to use the red pen to do these dots around here. So keep your eyes peeled, look out for that future video for the supplies. I love watching people's supplies. We get in trouble for watching them. I still watch quite a few, but I just love them. Said I love watching the marker videos. I want to try out I definitely want to try out the colourist. I'd like to try out the Prismacolor brush pens, but with not being able to really get it in the UK or it being too expensive, it's less likely that I'll be trying out those. I do want to try out a few other markers as well. I want to try out everything. Pencil wise, I don't know if there's a lot I've recently tried out Black Widow pencils a few weeks ago when I met a friend for a colouring chat in the local coffee shop. We met up and I took my Prismacolors that she hadn't used before that she wanted to try out, and she brought a Black Widow pencil, so I got to try them out there, and they're quite nice. I think they're a wax base. They don't feel as soft as Prismacolors, they do feel a little bit more firmer, but still nice. I've tried luminance pencils before. It might have been the paper, the book I was using them on, because I just could not seem to get on well with them. You see that shine there. On my camera it looks dark, but when I look on the pad it's lighter. You see the gel pen there. So I wouldn't mind probably trying out the luminance again on different paper this time to see if it was just me or whether I really don't get on well with them. So I'm just going to colour this bit round here in orange. As well, when you're using glitter pens, be careful, because sometimes when you have coloured with them, they can smudge if you go over them. But yeah, I wouldn't mind trying those out again. I'd like to try out Holbein pencils. I've not tried those out before. And there's quite a few things I'd like. There's stuff that I've got in my cupboard upstairs that I probably haven't tried yet. I still haven't tried those Staedtler dual tip pens out. Gotta try those. I'll have to do those in the next colouring chat. I've got a box upstairs. I haven't got too many things in at the moment, but what I'm going to do is, for when I do a haul, I'm going to put the bits of haul in the little box, and then just do like a haul at the end of the month of the recent supplies, if any. Got two things in it at the minute that I've got that I'd like to show, but I'll show it a bit later on. So I'll just check where we're up to on this colouring chat. So we're up to 45 minutes, so we'll give it a couple of more minutes and then I shall leave it there for now. So obviously I don't want the videos to be too long for you. I am aware, obviously you have things to do. And that. So I'll just give it a bit longer. So I'm going to finish. What I will do is I will finish all this round here on camera, and then I'm going to do the rest off camera. But if you want to see the finished result, follow me on Instagram, the Stitching Colourist on Instagram. I was the Beauty Crafter on Instagram, but I have recently changed it to the Stitching Colourist. But if you cannot, if for some reason you can't find the Stitching Colourist, look for the Beauty Crafter, because for some reason I did change it. When I go onto my personal profile, it comes up as a Stitching Colourist, but on the main thing it's still showing up as Beauty Crafter. So if you can't find me on Stitching Colourist, just try the Beauty Crafter. So there. And you'll be able to see the finished pictures on there, because I like posting them up. So I do some stitching later. I may actually finish this off, to be honest, because I'm quite enjoying it now. Just going to have a breather as well. If you do join in on the video as well, drop a comment down below so I can say hi. And because for some reason if someone does come in on a video, I don't always see who crops in, because my phone does, for some reason, doesn't seem to show it. So if I don't say hi to you straight away when you do crop in on the video, I do apologise. I'm not being ignorant, I'm not ignoring you. It's just that I probably haven't seen you crop up. So if you do come in, just drop a comment below, let me know you're here, so I can say a big massive hi to you. As well, if you do enjoy the video, please give it a thumbs up. I'd really appreciate it. So it helps to get my channel out there, helps to get it seen by people and that. So as well, thank you to my recent subscribers. Do appreciate it. I appreciate every subscriber, I appreciate everybody that watches. It's really nice that you take time out your day to crop in on the video, even if it's only on playback, or if it's only like for a couple of minutes before you have to go again. So no, not every colouring chat is everyone's cup of tea, and obviously you don't gel with everybody, because if you did, it would be a perfect place. Well, what I mean is it'd be a perfect world we live in. But if you do like the video, give it a thumbs up. So I appreciate it, because I find in the colouring community it is really, really nice. Everyone seems lovely to talk to. It's a really, really nice community. So I do like it. I'm nearly done with this circle. I'm just going to do the end bits here, and then I shall finish this off camera, and I'll post pictures on my Instagram. As well, I've got to find out how to do a link. If I can find out how to do links, then I shall link the markers on my channel so you can check them out yourself, because they're definitely worth it. I like them. Like I said, Snaggies didn't seem to have that many browns, but you do have a couple. So there you go. That is where I'm going to leave it for today, guys, because we're up to nearly 50 minutes now. I don't know if you can see on camera there the sheen to it, the glitter, but it is really looking nice. I'm pleased with how that's starting to look, because I just did previous one was the moon and that, so I did like a night sky theme to it, and this one I'm doing like a daytime sun theme to it. So I just want to say thank you for joining in on the video. I really do appreciate it. If you're not already a subscriber, please press that subscribe button and the notifications so you'll be notified when I bring out a next video. I do live stream on my videos a lot, basically because I don't have half the things on my phone to be able to edit the videos. If you do join in on the video, if you have joined in, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. Even if you've joined in on the playback, I appreciate it. Just want to say thank you to all my subscribers. I love every single one of you, and thank you for watching, and I shall see you next